Hello, I'm Dan Aykroyd. Welcome to a new season of Sci Factor. Now this year we'll be devoting our full hour to each OSIR case file, allowing us to extensively explore all new chronicles of the paranormal. Stay with us.
These stories are inspired by the actual case files of the Office of Scientific Investigation and Research.
Man, some Thanksgiving. If our local had some spine, we wouldn't be up here tonight.
Next time they pull something like this, I'll tell them where to go.
You'll do no such thing. I need the overtime.
It's just about pays her sitter.
Oh, I hope she got them to bed.
Check this baby out.
What the hell is that? It's not on the schematics. I'll put it back. Yeah, just work around it.
What's that?
I think it's a phone.
I know it's a... They're not supposed to be hooked up yet.
Okay. Oh.
Wait, let me see that thing again.
Hello?
Get out of there now. Did you hear me? All of you, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there now!
From ships lost in the Bermuda Triangle to the strange disappearance of author H.P. Lovecraft, inexplicable vanishings stimulate feelings of fascination and wonder. We search for rational explanations, finding only more questions. As in OSIR, case file number 262201.
Lindsay, I'm giving you an order. I'm giving you an order. Leave now.
What's going on? Where is he? Where is he?
Leave now.
What's going on? Where is he?
Now. Leave now. Lindsay, you're having quite a nightmare.
I don't dream.
We all dream.
I just don't like the turbulence.
I've been reviewing the reports of this Victorine building. There's a huge chunk of the building that's just gone. And there's no debris. You know, this may be
a great many things. It may even be nothing at all.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll assemble a team. We can be there in 3 hours.
Axon, you should report to your new case manager on site. He's expecting you. He's just recently joined the organization. Please be so good as to show him the ropes.
Excuse me, sir. I thought I was case manager.
You were acting case manager. And if I may say so, you did an admirable job. We have great expectations of you.
Thank you, sir.
There's still no word on whether That's the garrison for the Victorine building have no comment.
Hey, hold on.
Authorities have said they will be issuing a statement within the hour. Stay tuned to for more details.
Get in.
Just now.
What happened? You missed the flight? I want those floors accessed sooner, not later.
Yes, sir.
It's a zoo, real zoo.
Sir, here's the initial environmental summary.
You're gonna be just fine. Keep the press away from her.
All right, come with me, please.
Hands on.
Oh, when did you get here? Oh, just a moment, Peter. Yeah, she's on her way down. Try to make her comfortable and give her 5 milligrams of diazepam tablet.
Lindsay.
We've been waiting for you. He's in there.
The trick is, like on any construction site, wear your hard hat, keep your tool belt slung low, and never, ever take a step backwards.
Peter Axon, Chief Science Analyst.
Matt Prager. You're late. Ray, have a look at this. No scorching. It's hanging over nothing. The bomb, this would have buckled upwards and back. There'd be shrapnel moving away from an epicenter, so it's not a bomb. See these surfaces? Cut, but rounded. Metal and concrete didn't shear, so forget structural failure. But just for now. What do you got?
Perimeter secure, local laws cooperating. Turns out the chief of police is my second cousin.
Oh, that's right. You're the local boy, home for the holidays, huh? How's the search going?
It's a big building.
Yeah, I'm betting they fell to a floor just below us.
Well, the elevators aren't working. We can't access floors 47 through 51. That's where most of the damage is. The building manager, Mr. Andre Brock, says those doors were sealed electronically when the power went down. They're carbonized steel fire doors. It'll take us hours to cut through them. Oh, yeah, by the way, Mr. Brock says there's a super-cooled mainframe there.
It's a strange place for a computer that size, and normally you'd want it in the sub-basement.
Lindsay, you're up.
The missing men, Jonas Haas and Darren Vondredy, they know their way around construction. Haas practically founded the union, and Vondredy is a fourth-generation Mohawk ironwalker. He grew up in high places.
Who's speaking with the families?
I'm taking care of that.
Good. Dr. Hendricks, how's Ms. Heller doing?
I'm keeping her away from the reporters. She's suffered damage to both of her retinas and a terrible fright. She was hiding for hours.
From what or whom inquiring minds want to know.
She can't say.
And those pesky environmentals.
Well, there's no seismic activity that could explain this. We're still looking into...
But you're moving things along.
Yeah. You know, this looks to me like apportation.
You mean people beaming around like on Star Trek?
Well, I was thinking that the missing material had to go somewhere.
Material? These are 2 men that are missing. How are we gonna get down to them? We'll improvise. I want a better look. Let's get some more lights up here.
Somebody down there.
Nah, let him go.
Axon, talk to me. Are you okay? Stay on the main shaft.
That seems clear enough. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that?
Could be anything.
Okay, I'm coming down to something here. Wow. I'm 2 stories down, looking into another air shaft. It was on forever, but I don't see anybody. Hey, that's interesting.
What?
Looks like it's fiber optics. I've never seen this configuration before.
Why would they be in an air shaft?
And then I'll go take a look.
Where did they go?
Towards the mainframe. Let me just have a closer.
Peter, can you hear me? Pull! 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 Come on! Come on, pull! Pull! Hey, one more, come on!
Just give us a minute here, Ray. Thanks. Yeah. Catch your breath, okay? You okay? Yeah. Okay. Now put your listening ears on. I've read your file. I'm seriously underwhelmed. Consistent single-mindedness to the point of being headstrong. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the idea. Moves like this will not impress me. You're too valuable an asset to see splattered at the bottom of that shaft, you understand? Yeah. You're welcome. Get yourself cleaned up.
Thanks, Anton. This was definitely not my day.
What? No bright lights to capture the heroics of Peter Axon, boy adventurer?
Oh, come on.
Nothing matters except the case.
That is why we're here.
Wrong, Peter. If you want to kill yourself, do it on your own time, but don't take any more of us down with you.
I was not responsible for Connor's death.
That's right, you were not responsible.
Lindsay, why don't you check on Mr. Brock? This won't take any time.
You believe me, right, Anton? I did everything I could.
It's not what I believe. It's what Lindsay believes.
Is Frankie gonna be okay?
I hope so. Any luck in getting those doors unlocked?
Yeah, well, I've got some calls into firsthand over the tenant. They set up this access protocol, that's what they called it, but they'll get back to me with the codes for those locked floors any time now.
Thanks, Andre. You know, I used to manage an apartment block for my Uncle Frank. Summer job.
No kidding.
I hated it. If I didn't have masters for everything, I totally panicked.
Yeah, well, look, this could take longer than we hope. You hungry?
Sure. How about a pizza?
Yeah, oh, the phones aren't operative yet. It's more security. First Hanover wanted their own communication system.
Why don't you give them another call?
Oh, it's after office hours.
It's worth a try. Hey, you can put me on. Maybe the OSIR carries some weight.
I'll get the codes.
Andre, those missing men, they may be unconscious, injured.
There's no answer.
I'll work my way around counterclockwise. You check over there.
Okay.
Anybody home? You're not alone. Prager?
Yeah.
I've got a situation here. I'm gonna go and check it out.
You and Sarah watch your backs.
Oh, that burns.
Well, we'll just wait a few minutes. And if there's no improvement, we'll increase the dosage.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
The voice on the phone
Yes.
was definitely a man, frantic. He kept saying, "Get out of there, get out of there." I left him there, us, and Vondrady. I felt something was wrong, and I heard the warning. And I just left him.
Do you know where they are now?
You'll never find them, that's for sure. I ran and I saw it. My God, what was there with me?
Wait a minute.
Yes. That's what I saw.
Over here.
Okay. Oh, easy. No, I'll cooperate real good. Jackson's mystery guest. What's your name? Denny. Denny Marlin. Who the hell are you?
See the burns?
You cops?
Maybe.
You're gonna beat me?
That depends.
No, of course not. Because we all have to work together against them. The pod people, the bureaucrats, the Republicans. Well, we're looking for 2 men. They're gone. You wait here.
What is it?
Maybe nothing. Or maybe that the entire building's about to slide off its foundations. Clear out anyone that doesn't need to be here.
Andre? You've got to get going.
Found Denny's home base in the parking garage. It's pretty rank.
This is what he wore to keep warm. That's what Miss Heller saw.
Sorry, I'm late.
I'd be careful with that if I were you.
Why's that?
Lice. Denny was otherwise perfectly healthy. The flash burns on his hands and face are healing very nicely. But it's interesting. Both Frankie and Denny's retinal burns are consistent with receiving a blast of high-intensity light, as if you were looking into a solar eclipse.
So what did Denny see?
Oh, he saw plenty.
And the light that you saw, Denny, can you tell me anything more about it?
Yeah. The light came into the building. Looked like ropes. Real bright. It hurt to look at it. The light, it came up and over.
Up and over. The event was directional. See, I believe this to be the energy of an apportation experiment.
Here we go again. You're heading into sci-fi.
Absolutely, and I'm talking right now. Look, an average human being is comprised of 10 to the 28th power of atoms. Now, that amount of information it's astounding. To teleport that amount of information, you'd need the energy contained in 1,000 megaton hydrogen bombs.
Not to mention the means to focus that energy and information into a tight, coherent beam. Now, where did the fiber optics tie in?
Don't know yet.
Come on. It could be anything. What about some sort of psychokinetic manifestation for Frankie?
Frankie shows no such ability.
Okay, let's really go off the deep end here. What about some sort of space-time rift?
No. You gotta understand. This was an experiment, a controlled experiment. There was a telephone warning. The event had to be planned. Up and over. That's... Up and over. See, I'd really like to know who's doing the experimenting.
Digenite. That's the tenant. The service ducts that Denny described resemble the Digenite project that we stumbled across in Montana. Now, I'll have to do some more checking, but I'm guessing that First Hanover is a wholly owned subsidiary. They're a Fortune 500 company with huge financial and technical resources. If anyone can compress that kind of info, it's Digenite.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
That's what round tables are for.
Axon, run some computer models. See if the angle of the cut in the building is consistent with your theory. Maybe we can trace the source of your beam.
Yeah, it's stuffy in here anyway.
Lindsay, let's grab some air. You're a real type A.
And you're not?
You're my senior data analyst, right? My hunter and gatherer of information. So I want you to keep working with the witnesses and on the background checks. Oh, nice digging on Diginek, by the way. But don't ever show up your fellow team members like you did with Axon back there. Okay, talk to me about the phone.
Well, the phone was dead when we arrived.
But?
But no electronic signal goes unrecorded or unrewarded.
Phone must have been active during the event.
It was. The Baby Bell thinks that someone hacked into the system. The call came from a business, the Libraire Champlain in Halifax. I'm sending a Bravo team.
I'd be more comfortable if you looked into it personally.
I'd be much more productive here.
Well, maybe, but I want my best people on the hottest leads. Oh, and take Axon with you. You might come across something that calls for a hard science whiz. Besides, could be good company. Your flight booked yet?
No, actually it isn't. I think I should stay here and continue my research on site.
You want to argue about where to stack the chairs on the Titanic? Be my guest.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. Please leave your readouts. I'll use them to track the source of your beam. If there was a beam. Oh, and let Donner tag along to Halifax. He may come across something that calls for a people person. Besides, she'll be good company. Prager, clearance code Zebra Charlie 6345.
Matthew, it's good to see you again. Looking fit? How are things?
The site's become unstable. I pulled most of the support team away and out of danger.
Have you located the missing man?
No.
Well, people do disappear every day.
But not buildings. Frank.
What is it?
You know I'm uncomfortable working with a team I didn't pick.
The reason you were brought in was to make the team work.
Yeah, but this is a bigger favor than I thought.
How are Donner and Axon?
Fine. They're en route to Halifax.
Halifax?
I'm tracing no warning call. Why?
Nothing. I once had a maiden aunt who lived in Halifax.
Lindsay, I'm giving you an order. I'm giving you an order. Leave. Now.
Lindsay, come and take this card.
What is it?
Something I left behind.
Make sure Connor's all right. And Connor and Peter, they're still in there. Where's Connor? Where's Connor?
Leave. Now. Leave. Now.
Wish I could sleep in coach. We're almost there.
Case file update. The Victorine structure continues to deteriorate. Using Axon's calculations, we've traced the source of the beam. No word yet from Axon and Donner in Halifax. Prager out.
Something heavy was anchored here, about the size of a tractor trailer.
And if Axon's beam started here, what goes up? This is the end of the beam's arc.
Looks like he tangled with the wrong guy. My cousin says Haas was involved in a nasty union election.
But how do they move a chunk of an office building through town without attracting attention? Hidden under their sweaters?
This is a big city.
reach out and touch something.
Dear Lord. This is Darren Vonderdy, a portion of him at any rate. His fingerprints matched his army records.
How'd this happen? Heat? Radiation of some kind? What?
Oh, look. You see, the fleshy bits aren't charred. The autopsies reveal that both men died of drowning, but not in water. Soil, rubble, concrete, steel shavings in their lungs. They were buried alive. Take a look at this. Inside, it appears to be organic matter. If I didn't know better, I'd swear that this was human tissue, cartilage, bone.
Is that possible?
No, of course not, but there it is.
What's that shiny spot?
Let me see.
I've seen devices like this at plane crashes.
Black box?
Though they're usually orange. Always clashes, don't you think? I wonder what this sucker was meant to record. NASA.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is the place. Hello?
Miss Downer, now that you've found me, why don't you and your friend come on in?
Let's go.
Is this a good idea?
I hope so.
Would you care to join me? Or perhaps some tea?
Please. So, Mr. Kelly, you've got us here.
You know, the trick with tea is to really let it steep.
Who are you?
You mean how would I describe myself? Oh, I'm a man of many spare parts. A little like a used auto dealership. And I know that I have the eyes of a tired Irish setter and the smile of a big baby. But inside myself, I have a kind of lion that devours news. I eat information, and I'm angry. I'm very, very angry. Milk or sugar?
Both. Thank you. This is a beautiful piece.
I thought Dr. Hendricks was a collector.
We really came a long way for tea and biscuits, pal.
I understand.
How did you know to warn the people in the building?
Bits of information. Form a pattern like this moccasin, and they tell a story. Like a Victorine. Digenite purchased a mothballed space shuttle. They did it to salvage their black boxes. Obscure patents were licensed. And then I noticed a sharp rise in Digenite stock. And don't forget those closed Senate hearings. Coincidences, maybe, maybe not, but they form a pattern telling the story of the Victorine. And unfortunately, my call was too late.
But Digenite's only the tenant. They may be as much a victim.
The tenant? They designed that building with their own specifications.
This is a wild goose chase to take us off the real issues. It's too easy.
Oh, now this was too easy, sir. You finding me. I wanted us to meet. I hear good things.
What'd you find out there?
Oh, I don't know. Donner's crossing the I's and dotting the T's, but as far as I can tell, we've been schnookered.
Waste of time?
Yeah. First crop duster out of here, I'm on it.
Who was it?
Oh, I don't know. Some local yokel by the name of Mike Kelly tried to...
Mike Kelly?
Yeah.
What's he looking for?
What?
What's he looking for?
Matt, I can't... I'm losing the cell here, Matt. I can't hear you.
Peter, has his own concerns.
No, he doesn't. He's angry. But it's misplaced. I heard about the death of your friend Doyle. It was tragic, never should have happened, but there was nothing any of you could have done about it. So please go forward, Miss Donner. Don't go back.
Not until I find out what happened to him.
Foot soldiers like Doyle are expendable to them.
He was not expendable.
He was nothing except to you and his family and his friends. Remember the enlisted men at Ground Zero in the Nevada A-bomb tests? The military-industrial complex, they cannot resist having some human component to their unholy experiments, like the victory.
You're an alcoholic, aren't you, Mr. Kelly?
Well, I don't like the scientific ring to that, so if anyone asks you, just tell them I'm a drunk.
I keep having this dream. We're back there with Connor. We're almost at the loading dock, and he orders me out. And I go. It shouldn't have happened.
You really think you could have made a difference? You wouldn't have died yourself?
Maybe.
You got one healthy ego.
Well, you made it out. Why did you leave him behind?
Lindsay, you cannot hold me responsible for Connor's death.
There must have been some way to save him.
He was dying. And he knew it. You'd understand if you could have looked in his eyes. He ordered me to leave him behind.
So we just follow orders? Is that it?
No, we're scientists, not soldiers. No, we're not leaving no one behind.
It's too late.
Are we okay?
I don't know.
There you go.
Thanks.
I couldn't raise Prager or the rest of the team even by satellite link.
Could be sunspots. What do you think Diginet was trying to do?
Convert solid matter to digital information and win the Nobel Prize?
Or create the ultimate weapons delivery system, just reassemble the bomb where you want it.
Well, too bad the building got in the way.
Especially if they went to all the trouble to design it.
That's it. See? The building was the experiment. Okay, let's just walk through this. You're Diginite, and you're projecting a kitten.
Well, let's say a black box to record the event.
Yeah, well, whatever. The building was meant to act like a lens to focus the massive amount of information in your beam. And the mainframe on the floors below act as your guidance system.
The fiber optics link the information contained in the beam to the computer.
Yeah, and instead of acting like a lens, the building acts like a prism. And the beam bends. tossing off in the wrong direction.
Taking with it a chunk of the Victorine and the electricians.
Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wait, what if Kelly is right? What if Frankie and Denny and the others were only meant to witness the event?
Nah, I don't think so. They weren't given goggles to protect themselves from the light.
I know who was left behind as a witness. The one person who had the code to let the electricians in, and the only person on site whose eyes were not damaged, who was prepared for the experiment. We have to tell Matt.
Yes.
Ray.
I lost him.
Prager. We got a problem.
Ray, where are you? We're not... Mr. Brock. Mr. Brock.
Stay calm. I didn't know anything was gonna happen. I know. Here's a few extra bucks, they said. Okay, look after things, let these guys in late at night. We're just gonna run some tests, you know? Nothing to worry about. It was just a few extra bucks.
Why don't you come inside and we'll talk?
No, I don't know.
Case manager's log. Final entry. After 3 days, the molecular structure of the Victorine building stabilized. Local news reports are blaming substandard design, corrupt subcontractors, and a union dispute for the incident. They've been briefed well. Donner is following up with witnesses and on the Digenite angle, but I'm not expecting anything there. Luckily, no essential OSIR people were injured.
Thanks a lot.
There's still some loose ends we're trying to tie up. Prager out.
That's interesting.
Within the year, the Victorine building was fully repaired and occupied. Controlled molecular disassembly and reassembly of matter has been widely exploited by science fiction writers. But as we have seen, undertaking actual experiments of this nature without strict ethical guidelines could lead to tragic consequences. For Sci-Factor, I'm Dan Aykroyd.
These stories are inspired by the actual case files of the Office of Scientific Investigation and Research.
Are they still in the pool?
I'll make sure they keep the noise down for your nap.
Nice form, honey.
You've got to get back to the site, Jimmy.
You think so?
Hey, did you remember to file the notice for that variance?
Well, I'm pretty sure I did.
What the hell does that mean? Either you did or you didn't.
Come on, Bobby boy. It's a scorcher out. Let's wait till it cools off, huh? Do some laps, get in some siesta time.
He's an idiot, Katie.
He's your brother.
How the hell am I supposed to relax, you know? Harley's on my back. The banks won't cut me any slack. What the hell am I supposed to do, huh?
Oh, why don't I help you?
Hey, my brother might see her. You crazy?
A little bit. Come on. Come on.
Hey, Bobby. Katie?
For some, ghosts and hauntings are merely frightening tales told around a campfire. For others, they can be a terrifying reality. Can restless spirits wander our world in search of retribution? In case 905-209, OSIR investigators discovered that the sins of a man's past might not always stay buried.
Case manager's log. Prager reporting. We're investigating the drowning of Jimmy Sheffield. We were contacted by local homicide detectives following the coroner's refusal to rule on a cause of death. The family's lack of cooperation with our investigation has led us to proceed with discretion.
You okay?
I guess. We're in trouble, aren't we?
No, I don't think so. Let me freshen that up.
Well, we weren't sure whether to drain it or just have it cleaned.
Well, don't look too bad to me.
We had a dead body in it. Can't imagine anything worse.
Someone take a header in the shallowing?
Just, do your job, okay, pool boy?
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
Go check the drain.
Do what you must.
Pending an inquest, it's death by misadventure. There was a significant amount of alcohol in Jimmy Sheffield's system. Maybe he had one too many and banged his head in the pool.
No, Anton, those marks look like somebody strangled him.
He could have got those scratches before he drowned.
Background.
Well, he and his older brother, Robert, were partners in a real estate development firm. They inherited the business from their father after he committed suicide.
If this keeps up, the Sheffields will bump the Kennedys off the tabloids.
The grandfather, Harrison Sheffield, still runs the family business from behind the scenes.
Harrison Sheffield?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who built the reservoir, put that town on the map.
That's right, and he still owns half the town.
He bought a lot of friends and made a lot of enemies. Maybe this was payback time. All right, let's get close to the Sheffields and see what they're up to.
I still don't understand why the coroner hasn't made a ruling. Someone pulled Jimmy under the water.
And you vote for Robert. I don't know. It feels like something's missing here.
Yeah, such as this. There was silt found in Jimmy Sheffield's lungs. The coroner couldn't explain why.
So, where did Jimmy get a mouthful of muddy water? Ow. Oh, the shaft's bent.
Shaft's fine. Your left arm is bent. Firm it up. Keep it stiff.
So what happened at the Sheffield's pool?
Well, there's not enough suction in the drain to drag a grown man down. The pool water and filters don't have a trace of silt. Now, this reservoir feeds the whole area, and it's loaded with silt.
And?
Well, I mean, I can't be sure yet, but the pH balance is about right. I mean, he could have been drowned here and then moved to the pool.
No time. Less than 10 minutes lapsed from the last time he was seen alive to when he was doing the dead man's float. Ah! Well, got rid of the slice.
Sheffield Vistas? Anything to do with the Harrison Sheffield?
Actually, he's my grandfather.
Really? That must be quite a thrill having such a powerful relative.
It has its moments. Well, as you can see, Phase 1 will be completed by the end of the year. And demolition for Phase 2 will begin soon after that.
Phase 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here, out here across the street. That whole row of homes will be coming down.
What about the people that live there?
They'll be fine. Would you excuse me for a moment, please? Why don't you take a look at the hot tub out back? It's a beautiful, top-of-the-line model. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Excuse me.
Mr. Sheffield.
Look, Miss Jameson, we're offering you more than fair value for your house, plus moving expenses. If you have any other problems, please just contact our attorneys.
It's not about me. I was wondering, how's your brother?
Jimmy, passed away on Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Why would you ask about him?
It sounds crazy, but I know what happened. I know he was murdered.
This is ridiculous. It was an accident.
I saw the whole thing. Well, I mean, I wasn't there, but it's as though I were. It was like I was dreaming, but I was wide awake.
Look, Miss Jameson, my brother is dead. Katie, would you please take her home?
Yes.
I came here out of concern. You might try to treat a person with a little respect. Take a lesson from your grandfather.
Miss Jameson, you know nothing about me or my family. Please, Kate, get her out of here.
Come with me, Miss Jameson.
How very strange.
Yes, very strange. I'm
Who
sorry
is she?
about that. That's Mrs. Jameson. She lives in one of the homes that we're tearing down. But don't worry. She'll be in a home someplace by the time you move in.
What a relief.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to look at the hot tub?
No, but I'd love to see it.
Oh, well, I'd be glad to show you.
Come. Robert Sheffield seemed pretty friendly with his brother's widow.
Too friendly?
Let's just say that her mourning period was about as short as her skirt. The entire Sheffield family seems corrupt.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family, huh?
We're devoting significant resources to investigating people who may very well turn out to be murderers.
So if you were a lawyer, you'd only defend innocent clients. You'd be out of work pretty quick.
What I'm saying is that Jimmy Sheffield's death may be tied to the family's past. You should have seen Robert and Katie when the old lady started talking about her vision of Jimmy's death.
The old lady?
Bridget Jameson. She's been a real pain to the Sheffields. She's lived in her house since the early 50s. All of her neighbors have sold out, but she refuses to go.
Tough old bird. Well, let's check her out. Maybe she's got pre-cognitive abilities.
Are you suggesting she really had a premonition about Sheffield's death?
Hey, she may be picking up signals from Moose Jaw for all we know. Okay. There's the reservoir. The drowning happened at the Sheffield mansion, right? Did the police ever get a statement from the old man himself?
Well, he claims to have been asleep at the time.
He's pretty much a recluse.
Well, why should we let a little thing like that stop us?
Don't let him frighten you. He's really a pussycat.
And I still have my teeth in my claws. So, you want to do an article about my Jimmy? Why?
We thought that our readers at Business Illustrated would find his story inspiring.
Because he's dead?
Because what he's achieved will live on, much like yourself, Mr. Sheffield.
He's achieved nothing. He's a fool. He does have his moments of charm.
Your partner's very attractive. Are you two a number?
No, we just work together.
Well, I'm a bit of a writer myself. Poetry, mostly. Not published yet, but...
Well, really? Well, you could be a big help to us collecting background information on Mr. Sheffield.
Oh. I could give you lots of juicy stuff. For instance, there's a guy, name of Harley, called the boys a lot. Put the fear of God into them.
The issue of succession is always hard in a family business. How do you plan to deal with this? Who will take over now that Jimmy is gone?
Robert is, well, capable. But I'm gonna keep my hand in.
Will Robert follow in the family tradition?
What do you mean?
I always understood that you were a real shark when it came to wheeling and dealing.
Making enemies is the cost of doing business. You know, Ms. Donner, the business considerations of Jimmy's death, they're just that. Business. There are other considerations, I suppose.
I'm sorry. It must have been tragic for you to lose him like that.
It doesn't begin to describe it.
I hope that you didn't have to see it happen.
No. But I knew.
You knew?
She didn't think I recognized her. But I did.
Who? Katie?
The child.
He's been having nightmares. Almost every night since... You know.
Must have been about 7 years old.
Jimmy. Maybe we could get together sometime. For coffee.
Who? She didn't breathe a word. Stood there, dripping wet. All the while, Jimmy was drowning.
Did anyone else see this child?
No. But she was telling me what was happening, and I almost saw it. No. No.
Mr. Sheffield, what is it?
She's back! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! No! Get away!
Sheffield, breathe.
What is it? Is she here? Do you see her?
Yeah, have a look. There's silt in the water you brought back from the mansion.
There's a match of silt in Jimmy's lungs?
Well, the centrifuge isn't done yet, but I'm guessing they all came from the same place.
The reservoir. Yeah. If this is a hoax, someone's gone to a lot of trouble.
And if it's not?
Then we better find out who or what that little girl is.
This used to be a real neighborhood. We had a butcher and an excellent greengrocer right here on this block. Well, lots of families with children, little houses with gardens. Oh, and they strip mine the whole blessed place. Bring on the cappuccino bars.
You told Robert Sheffield that you had these terrible visions of Jimmy's death?
Yes. I saw skeletons. They look a bit like Halloween skeletons, and they were taking Jimmy and pulling him down beneath the water. These demons, because I think that's what you could call them, they reminded me of stories that I'd heard when I was little. Banshees, my mother called them. There's no love lost between me and the Sheffields. But I surely would never wish that fate on anyone.
Of course not. Have you ever had these feelings before?
Well, they started when the Sheffields started trying to railroad me out of my home. Bits and pieces, nothing really that I could focus on until the other day.
Have you ever had any psychic phenomena in your family, Miss Jameson?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I was raised by the Sisters of San Sebastian. They took me in when I was only a slip of a girl.
Oh, so you were orphaned?
They told me that my family abandoned me when they returned to Ireland. Well, that was over 60 years ago. I couldn't have been more than 7.
You know, I would like very much to have you to the lab, and maybe we could take some tests, try to understand where those dreams are coming from. Yeah, I suspect you have a very special gift.
Gift?
Just let me go. Rearrange your face. I promise. The end of the week. Only if you got it. All right, next week. Get out.
Here's the plate number. Hendricks got black stretch limo.
I'll have my contacts at the DMV check it out. I should have something for you this afternoon.
All right, thanks, Ray.
Lizzie?
Ray?
How's Bridget?
Anton's with her. So far, she's showing no signs of any clairvoyant ability. Anything new on Sheffield?
Robert seems to have got himself mixed up with the wrong crowd. Someone sent him a message.
Killing his brother? Some message.
Yeah.
Do you think Jimmy knew about us?
In the long run, Jimmy wasn't so sharp.
Why'd you marry him?
Oh, I don't know. We had fun. He loved me. I hadn't met you yet.
Maybe it was the money. I'm not a romantic, Bobby. Not like that. Can't afford to be. Is it Harley? Is that what's bothering you?
Well, don't you think Harley had something to do with Jimmy's death? If Harley doesn't get his money soon, I could be next.
Harley's not stupid. If he kills you, then he can't collect. It's just bad business.
Here. I gotta go do some stuff, all right?
Come back, Bobby. Fine. I'll just soak a bit. No point both of us getting uptight.
It's freezing. Have you been fiddling with the thermostat?
Waterbed's the same temperature it's been every night, Mr. Sheffield. You know what the doctor said? It's good for your back.
Now leave me alone, I told you. I was freezing.
My. Aren't we in fine form tonight?
So I passed all my tests, did I?
With flying colors. Thanks for indulging us, Miss Jameson.
Well, I hope that you can find something useful among all of this.
Well, you've been through a lot in your life. Maybe some of these visions are stress-related. What do you see?
It's happening! It's happening again! Oh, my banshees! They won't let her go!
Okay, thanks, guys. Sure. According to the detectives, another drowning victim, but no accident. She had a crushed larynx. I'm willing to bet there's silt in her lungs, too.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
And again, no sign of an intruder.
It's like he just vanished into thin air.
Who had a key? Are the police bringing Robert in?
And they're questioning him. We're next in line.
What about Bridget Jameson?
I don't think a 65-year-old non-swimmer could take out Jimmy and Katie.
And besides, I'm her alibi. She was with Anton and me. But she knew details about Jimmy's and Katie's death she had no possible way of knowing.
It was like I was somewhere else. I could see the scratches on her neck, the splashing of the water, watching something attack the poor woman, watching her drown.
Did you see or sense anyone else?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. It was all so strange. I really want to figure this thing out.
Believe me, so do we.
You seem to be experiencing a remarkable connection to what's happening with the Sheffields, and we need to find out why. Are you related to them?
Oh, dear me, no. The old gentleman, though, I remember from when I was a small tyke in the keeping of the sisters. Whenever he would give the convent a donation, we girls would be paraded out to thank him, as if he were the lord of the manor. But I never once remember he even looked me in the eye. Of course, now he has all this grief coming down on his house.
First Jimmy. Now the cops think I killed Katie. And they won't be around when I'm murdered. Is that what you want?
Sit down!
You know, you just don't understand. I need the money now. I've got unions threatening to pull out. The banks are calling my loans. I just need to finish 3 more units just to get the cash flow moving again.
You think I enjoy flushing my money down the toilet?
You'd be investing in your grandson.
No. I'd be investing in a loser.
Shut up! Do not call me that! I am not gonna let you push me over the edge. I'm not my father.
Well, that's the problem. You are your father. Besides, he pulled the trigger himself. You are weak. Just like your father. You made your bed, now lie in it.
If I don't come up with $200,000 by the end of the week, I'm as good as dead. Can you live with that? Do you have any conscience at all? Of course you don't.
Tell me what I want to hear. No, talk to me. Tell me what I want to hear, huh? This will be the last time we be talking.
I would if we could sit down and talk to each other.
Robert, come on. You like that, huh? You listen.
Get off!
No.
You know, I've always thought of myself as a handyman. The right tool for the right job, I always say.
Oh, what are you doing?
Want me to drill you an extra nostril, Mr. Prager? I got your name off your driver's license. See? Not a bad picture. Oh, wait a sec here. Thank you for the contribution. Let's see. Expired. Ooh, an organ donor card. And unlike your credit cards, it's still valid.
Look, Mr. Harley, I really gotta get going.
How the hell do you know my name? You come out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, some of my best customers turn up dead. How am I supposed to collect my fake if you keep knocking them off? You see my point?
You're so subtle, it's hard to miss. Look, you got the wrong idea. I'm not in your line of work.
Yeah. According to your ID, you belong to something called the OSIR.
Yeah, the Organization of Young Socialists, and I really believe we can make a difference.
Talk to me. Now.
Oh, this is great. I just wish I could get up my pen.
What?
I could give you your own chapter. Look, I'm writing a tell-all biography on the Sheffields. You know, a real dirty under the fingernails, pull no punches, drag them through the mud tabloid tale. Dark family secrets, shady deals, kickbacks, payoffs, capitalism on a grand scale.
You some kind of pinko scam artist or what?
Just a voice in the wilderness demanding to be heard. Sir.
You know, I had an aunt in the nut house when I was a kid. Used to watch her drool on her knitting. Her doctor gave her what they call an ice pick lobotomy. Jammed a spike into her brain and kind of stirred it around. She was real quiet after that. If I ever see you again, you'll be making paper dolls for a living.
There are worse ways to make a living, I guess. Oh, man. What about cab fare?
Yeah, the silt we found in the victim's lungs is an absolute match with the samples taken from here.
Peter, there's no way those bodies could have been drowned here and then moved.
Yeah, I know. See, the problem is this reservoir is the source of all the water in the whole area.
Whoops, here we go. Is that a sunken boat?
No, it's too square and big.
Well, how do you find out exactly what it is?
Well, there's only one way that I know of. It's like a big box embedded in the reservoir. I estimate it to be about 20 feet long, maybe 18 feet wide, and 15 feet high.
What happened to you? Where you been?
Don't ask. Let's just say we can rule out Harley as a suspect. Although he'd like to see the Sheffields dead, swell guy that he is. It appears as though someone or something beat him to it. How's it going?
I'll let you know in a minute.
The cops released Robert. Not enough evidence to make the charges stick.
You sound disappointed.
No, it's just that it made sense, that's all. Not that everything we look into makes sense.
Oh, come on. Banshees make sense.
Well, they're a Celtic myth. Spectral demons with long flowing hair. They sit up on your walls at night, combing their hair with the bones of their victims. And they howl.
Sounds like my second wife.
And they steal children.
Harrison saw a little girl. You suppose he breached a contract with the other side? Ooh.
He wouldn't be the first captain of industry to have sold his soul. I grew up with people like the Sheffields. My dad, for instance.
Oh, man.
What is it?
Let's just show you what we found.
Looks like a building.
It's actually a stone farmhouse. There's a window, boarded up from the outside. Door, same thing. You know, I'm guessing, but I think there's probably 2 bodies down there that were trapped inside, maybe more. Tomorrow we'll go down and have another look.
That building has to have been there since before the valley was flooded for the reservoir.
Someone drowned them like rats. Why?
Well, this might explain it. It was nailed beside the door.
A Celtic cross. There was an editorial on the Irish in one of those old newspaper clippings I found at the archives. I dug up everything I could find on the Sheffields. Listen to this. Squatters impede reservoir endeavor. Immigrant workers hold up Sheffield irrigation project. Apparently, a family refused to leave the valley. They held up the project for weeks.
Is that a motive for murder?
Here's that editorial I found. I thought it was bigoted even for the time. It was the 20s. It's a good old-fashioned redneck rant. The Irish vermin have been a blight upon this fair community far too long. It is one thing for them to live off the fat of our land as laborers, and quite another, indeed, for them to expect the full privileges of natural-born citizens.
That's an enlightened individual.
Signed, Harrison T. Sheffield, March 11, 1927. It was the Jamesons that were the holdout family.
Maybe Bridget witnessed something as a child.
And suppressed it all these years. Yes, could be the visions she's been having are related to her childhood trauma.
Well, you think she'd agree to some sort of regression hypnosis?
Certainly worth asking. You know, the key to this entire mystery could be buried deep within her subconscious.
Here's to you, Katie and Jimmy, wherever you are. You didn't think I'd outlive you, did you? Fooled a lot of you, didn't I?
Why? Why did you do it?
Only you you can throw light on those years, Bridget. The past won't hurt you. It's only shadows, old memories.
I can't see anything.
What can you hear? What can you feel?
So cold. So alone.
What do you want with me?
Why did you do it? Why?
Stay away! Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away!
Why?
She's got it.
Can't swim.
They've blocked up the chimney. And the windows all around are covered in slats and boards. There's no way out. There's no escape.
Rico!
Why did you do it?
Where are you now, Bridget?
I'm hiding in the corner, crying. My arm was a break and the window was pushing the boards. There's water on the floor, rising everywhere.
Where's it coming from?
It's coming through the walls. It's coming up through the floor. It's rising everywhere. The water is everywhere.
Can't swim. Can't breathe. The water.
Mommy does kicking the door. And Mother's crying and holding me close. Oh!
What is it?
Da's not holding the door. But it's not big enough for us to get through. The water is rushing in. It's cold.
They wouldn't get out. Filthy bastard. I had to hurry. They're on my land. Oh, right.
Ma and Dad are screaming.
Oh, God. I can't swim. I can't breathe.
Stop this, Anton, now!
Bridget, I want you to return to the present in 3, 2, 1. It's over, Bridget. It was over a long time ago.
He did it. He drowned my family.
Who?
Well, that's why he gave money to the convent, to support me. And why he could never look me in the eye. Guilt, shame, blood money.
Harrison Sheffield.
Can't swim. Can't breathe. everywhere.
Please!
All right. I'm coming. What a surprise.
Where's Mr. Sheffield?
He's around somewhere.
Is he all right?
He should be. Same old crabby self.
Upstairs, in the bedroom.
Mr. Sheffield! Mr. Sheffield? Where the hell is he? Bridget, in your vision, Harrison Sheffield was in this room, right?
Yes.
And you said something else was in here with him. What is it? What do you see?
You know the little girl you were seeing? It was me. It's done.
Final case log. The police have no leads on Harrison Sheffield's death. We've provided them with our report. At the reading of his grandfather's will, Robert Sheffield learned he'd been disinherited. His body was found floating in the reservoir that bore his family name.
Mr. Harley, you've been a naughty boy. What's this? Take it away.
Case log addendum. The subsequent investigation led to the arrest of John Harley. Prager out.
Both science and theology agree that we are bound by the elements of nature. Yet there is an abundance of evidence which suggests that some human spirits may operate after death, in a realm as yet unknown and inaccessible to the living. For Sci Factor, I'm Dan Aykroyd.